Last night, rookie Sean Manaea had his best performance as a big leaguer. Last year's trade acquisition lived up to his hype as he had all things working versus the Rays. Capping Manaea's performance was veteran Coco Crisp delivering in the 13th inning with a walk-off single as the A's evened up the series with Tampa Bay. Tonight, it's Kendall Graveman's turn. The young right-hander has found his groove over the last month as he is riding a personal 5-game win streak. The young arms of the Athletics are starting to find their way, and the future looks bright. It's the A's and the Rays coming up next. Last night we played 13 innings. That's all right. The A's won, and tonight it's Game 3 of the series. Fireworks after the game. Should be a good crowd to watch Kendall Graveman try to continue his hot stretch of pitching. So it's the A's and it's the Rays. Game 3 coming up tonight here on CSN California. Hey again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. 19th start of the year for Kendall Graveman. Boy, he's been on a nice roll, Ray, and it just seems like he's starting to trust his stuff. He's starting to trust that good two-seam fastball.
Well, the sinking fastball results in ground ball outs, and everybody knows, including Kendall Graveman, that if he gets ground ball outs, he has a chance to win ball games. And look what he's done for the Athletics. The A's have been winning. Kendall Graveman's been pitching deep in ball games, getting a lot of ground ball outs, double plays when he needs them, but that is the most important thing for him. And I think confidence is huge for him right now, believing in himself and believing that he can slow ball down. He'll keep the ball on the ground.
Well, we've been impressed with Ryan Healy. He has not been here a long time, but Ray, he's only 24 years old, and he just seems to have a pretty good idea at the plate.
He better at the Coliseum also because defensively he learned about the foul territory. He's been great offensively. Great play last night going near the A's dugout. He also proved he can sacrifice. Maybe throughout his career never had to do that, but he did it perfectly last night, and then started the 13th inning with a booming double down the left field line. So he is doing everything. He's playing great defense. He's swinging the bat extremely well. And just think about it. He just came here a week ago last night. Already seems like he's a proven Major League Baseball player.
All right, so it'll be Kendall Graveman and Drew Smiley, the left-hander who is really struggling this year for the Rays. That is your pitching matchup for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Hey, that's Bruce Maxwell. He was just called up from the minor leagues. Maybe we'll see him tonight make his Major League debut. We'll be back.
on CSN California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's back, the Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
It's a warm night at the ballpark as the A's take the field wearing the green tops, white pants tonight. How warm is it? We're going to tell you, because here's the game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 73 degrees, and it's even a little humid today, which we do not say that very often here in the Bay Area. But as the evening wears on, it's going to be a beautiful night for baseball. Hour earlier start due to the fireworks after the ball game, so a nice crowd is on hand tonight on a Saturday evening. Lineup tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays looks like this. It starts with Logan Forsythe. Forsythe's the second baseman. Then Brad Miller's at short. Longoria is at third. Dickerson will DH. Steve Pearce is at first. Arcia, Geyer, Kiermaier, and Casali round out the lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays.
And it will be Kendall Graveman on the mound for the Athletics as he is facing the Tampa Bay Rays for the second time. Matt McBride was his catcher in St. Petersburg. It was not a game that he would like to really think about, but he's thinking about all good things, which 6-6 record. He's pitched extremely well lately. A lot of ground ball outs, and he's got his favorite song on the song called Sweet Home Alabama.
Defensively for the A's, Davis, Crispin, Smolinski in the outfield, Healy, Simeon, Lowry, and Valencia on the infield. And Matt McBride is your catcher. So we are set for baseball as Graveman toes the rubber. Logan Forsythe steps in. And here's the first pitch of the game, and it's a fastball for a strike. 13 innings last night. The A's won it 1-0 thanks to Coco Crisp.
First pitch, 6:07.
It's Chris Townsend again. Back-to-back games.
Booming voice.
Yeah.
Forsythe to right field. Into the corner. Smolinski, and makes the catch. So one away here in the first inning. The umpires, Kerwin Danley, Andy Fletcher, Mark Ripperger, and Joe West. Joe's the crew chief. Hung in there last night. Did a pretty good job.
Joe was thinking about 2-hour game till nobody could score. And it had gone a little bit longer than that, but Joe West behind the plate as he was last night, third base tonight.
So here's the shortstop, Brad Miller. He goes after the first pitch, fouls it back. Well, as far as pace of game goes, last night was pretty darn good, even though we played 13 innings. Was it 3:30 somewhere in there?
Yeah, 3:31, 13 innings, but guys were looking at maybe home by 10 o'clock. If it had ended in regulation with the A's victory, it took them 13 to do it, though.
Miller at 248 with 15 home runs and 36 RBIs. So as far as 1-0 victories go for the A's, longest 1-0 wins in Oakland history, it was the 4th longest. 2004 versus Toronto. A couple Toronto games. In the air, left center, where Crisp comes in, and he's got it. 2 outs here in the first inning.
Now batting.
I mentioned that Bruce Maxwell is with the ball club, a catcher that the A's saw during spring training. Also mentioned that Matt McBride catching Kendall Graveman for the second time. Stephen Vogt on a medical leave, and it's a 3-day medical, and whatever it is, we hope everything is fine, because Stephen Vogt, one of the greatest there is, but it's a family medical disabled list for 3 days, and he'll be back. But again, whatever it is, we hope all is well.
So Stephen Vogt will be gone for a little bit, and there is Bruce Maxwell. So when Bruce Maxwell gets into a game, it'll be his major league debut. He's having a very, very nice season for AAA. Left-handed hitter, big guy. Simeon backhand, straightens up, throws wide, and Valencia was able to keep his foot on the bag. And Kendall Graveman has a 3-up, 3-down first inning. youngsters, he's ready to go. Lineup for the A's: Chris, Lowry, Valencia, Davis, Butler, Smolinski, Simeon, Healy, and McBride.
And it's left-hander Drew Smyly on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. Of course, the A's saw him with the Tigers and a big trade that included David Price. But Drew Smyly's had a tough go. 5+ earned run average, 19 start for him, 211 record. He does not throw very hard. He has a quality subject, a lot of different pitches, but nothing really overpowering, especially his fastball. So he relies on his control, and we'll see how the A's handle him, and maybe a lot of opposite field hitting tonight.
I guess it would be easy to say he's better than a 2-11, 5.5 ERA, but he is. There's teams that would take him right now.
Maybe teams inquiring about him right now,
I
too.
bet there are.
Considering what's happening very, very soon.
Are you talking about that trade deadline?
What is it, a week from Monday?
A week from Monday. 1-1 to Crisp. Lowry to follow, then Valencia. So this was the base hit that won it for the A's last night.
Opposite field for Coco, and Ryan Healy scoring, standing up with Josh Reddick waiting for him, and Coco the game winner again. He's very good about that. And Marco Scutaro, the A's had as second baseman, was also very good with walk-offs. Matt Stairs was good.
Walk-offs in extra innings since 2012. That's in the major leagues. And Coco Crisp, along with Donaldson, Kinsler, Martin, and Wieters, all have 5. This one hit fairly well into left center, but in the ballpark for Kiermaier. Quick look at the Rays defense for tonight. Geyer, Kiermaier, and Arcia. That's Oswaldo Arcia in right field. Longoria, Miller, Forsythe, and Pierce on the infield, and Kurt Casale is your catcher. So 1 out. Here's Jed Lowry. Lowry at 276, a couple of home runs and 25 RBIs. A little bit more on Drew Smyly. He's 27 years old. Remember, he was part of that big 3-team trade that centered around David Price. Smyly was with the Tigers. Last year, couple stints on the disabled list, and he made only 12 starts. He was pretty good in those 12 starts, but the left shoulder was bothering him. But again, surprised by the 2-11 record. Home run ball has been a problem, but 27-year-old left-hander who's had success. Not a bad guy to have around as Lowry drops one into right field for a base hit. The road has not been kind to Drew Smyly. Look at that. Last 5 starts on the road, an ERA of 10.04.
Kind of coincides with the Rays and their troubles since being just 1 game under 500. And now, right now, 20, even after winning the opener. Of course, lost last night, back to 20 games under 500.
That's a good call. He and the Rays were doing just fine, and then the struggle started. He has not won since the 16th of May. And that's a stretch of 10 starts.
Jed Lowry's base hit to right field, exactly what the A's need to try to do against Drew Smyly. That 2-strike base hit to right field, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Got to think off speed, and Jed did a good job just waiting back. And if his fastball was 95, he might not be able to do it, but it was 90, and shot a base hit to right field, gets a hit in his first at bat. Jed finds a way somehow to get a hit pretty much every game.
that one in for a strike. 88 miles an hour. 2-1 to Valencia, playing first base tonight. Josh Reddick was in the original lineup, and he was. Is this low? Yes, it was.
Look how close Casali is to the hitter, and we saw last night Joe West not able to see the catcher's interference on the catcher Maley.
Reddick was in the original lineup, but was scratched. He's got a little bit of a sore back. He woke up with a little bit of a sore back.
Yeah, he said he thought he could get through it, and normally if there's going to be, well, guys are going to know usually 24 hours in advance if they're playing or not, and so for Josh to wake up, said he thought he's going to be able to make it, but decided a little bit too stiff.
And the 3-1 pitch, not close. 2-1 and 1 out for the A's here in the bottom of the first. Kevin Cash,
Now batting,
in his second season.
Number 2, Chris
I would imagine he's learned a lot this first year and a half. Last year the Rays were 80 and 82. They were hoping to kind of build on that, but that has not been the case. This year they're 38 and 58. So here's Chris Davis. First pitch is a strike. A's come in 43 and 54. Game number 98 for the Athletics. They're 22 and 29 at home. They're 3 and 2 against the Rays. They're 10 and 14 against the East, American League East. And since the All-Star break, 5 and 3. Won the first 2 series. And this series tied at a game apiece.
Good to see Jesse Hahn back with the club. He's here tonight as he will be pitching tomorrow and activated prior to the ball game to make the start. So a move will have to be made again, but the players allowed to arrive 24 hours in advance. Unless it's really an emergency, but it was mentioned a couple of days ago by Skipper that he would be pitching.
So Davis behind in the count, 1-2. And Davis swings and misses, and that's the second out. Big swing by Chris Davis.
Big swing on a slow curveball. I was calling it a foul ball. This
Chris Davis was heading back to the dugout.
Did you see anything?
Tough to tell. He may have fouled it. Expo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort.
But was
He'll take it.
Was he going to the dugout though?
It looked like he was walking to the dugout.
That hit a home run and really make everybody angry, except his dugout. Yeah, it was hard to tell, and I guess Kerwin Danley heard something, and maybe the ball hit in the ground. Who knows? But it was called a foul ball, and we've seen just the opposite, unfortunately.
And you saw the catcher Casali. Now he scooped it, but that means it hit the ground, so that's automatically a foul ball.
And he didn't argue that there was not any contact.
Again, foul, right side. Count stays 1-2. Billy Butler in the on-deck circle. Lots of sunshine. The entire outfield is in the sunshine. Although right now, hitting cannot be easy. Look at where that shadow is, right between home plate and the pitcher's mound. Another foul ball.
I was wondering if he's going to throw it again, and he does, and it was foul tip. Casali using the sunglasses under his mask, and that time it changed directions and enough to hit the ground first, and that time Chris Davis didn't move.
Sure, when that ball comes from sun into shadow. I mean, when it gets into the shadows, you really don't see it that well.
Well, it's the spin. Yeah, guys good hitters like to pick up the spin of the baseball.
And that's a smash left center field. That's a base hit. A's are going to take the lead. Lowry scores. Valencia goes to third. And Chris Davis with an RBI single here in the first inning.
You give him enough opportunities to see enough pitches, he's going to do that. And not surprisingly, hits the ball very hard through the infield. So a two-strike hit. Smiley left the ball up, and he just does not do that with Chris Davis and expect to get away with it. It's a nice, easy swing. And then the acceleration through the hitting zone for Chris Davis, and a ball hit very hard through the infield. So for Drew Smiley, thinking he had a strikeout on a curveball, he's brought back and drives in a run.
So Davis gets RBI number 62. And he's still at first and third, only one out for Butler.
Well, you have to take advantage of these opportunities, and we say it often, but early in the game, you have a pitcher on the ropes, need to put up a crooked number.
A little bit high to Butler. Butler has great numbers against Smiley. 7 for 16 with a home run. Good swing there by Butler.
See, last night Kiermaier pulled out his cheat sheet and saw that should play to right center for Billy Butler, and that's where Butler hit it. Tonight he's back in there, so no need to bring out the sheet. Or 2 nights ago, actually. Last night it was the right-hander.
Throw a double into those numbers to go along with the home run. Butler, shallow center, hustling in his Kiermaier, and he makes the catch, and then he dropped it.
Come on.
And there, what are they saying?
They're saying he's safe.
They're saying he's safe, so they're going to flip to second, and they're going to get the out there.
Wow. Oh, my.
So it looked like Andy Fletcher, the first base umpire, said no catch,
yeah.
Although it looked like Kiermaier had it for a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
And did he drop it when he was popping up to throw it back in toward the infield?
Or did, when he hit the ground, did it pop up? Oh, that's a
See, that's a catch.
That's a transfer. That's a catch all the way.
He clearly had it.
Yeah, there. And as he
Now
transferred
batting,
in the webbing,
right fielder,
I'd say he had it long
number 5,
enough and then taking it out of the glove. I mean, that rule was disallowed last year or changed at the beginning of the season. That would have been a no catch, but Andy Valencia was halfway, and
well, that's a tough break for the A's because
exactly.
and whether we think it was a catch or not, Andy Fletcher, he said right away, no catch.
Right. And if Valencia, who was halfway, once the ball popped out, if he had gone home,
yeah,
it would have been a run.
So it goes 2 outs. So it'd have to be a fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice, yeah. Yeah, Aldrete saying go on, and Aldo's telling Chris Davis to go to second.
8-3-4 in the putout, so it's just a basic fielder's choice.
Except the 8.
Yeah. But again, it was not a delayed call by the umpire at all. He made the call. Because we saw him kind of waving his hands kind of at a safe signal, which is the signal they give if it's not a catch.
And again, as a base runner, once the ball's on the ground, you can run. And if they have to send you back, they do it. But in this case,
another long run, and again Kiermaier tracks it down. So A's get 1 on a couple of hits and a walk thanks to Chris Davis. RBI single. 1-0 Athletics after 1. from the Coliseum. Nice crowd gathering. There will be fireworks after the game. Ray's been telling you about those fireworks for about a month now on the promo.
Hey, that's right. Day on the green.
Day on the green music. That's right.
Well, the A's took 13 innings last night to score 1 run. Then tonight, 1 run in the first and opportunity to score more. But Drew Smyly found a way to get out of it. Let's hope this first inning doesn't come back to bite the A's, because they did have an opportunity to add on, put up a crooked number.
Dickerson, Pearson, Arcia for the Rays. Dickerson is 3 for 7 in the series. And for Graveman, he had a 3 up, 3 down first inning. Rays are 19 and 28 on the road this year. They are 4 and 4 since the All-Star break. This one's driven toward left center, and it's hit well. And it is off the wall. Dickerson digging for second base. Nobody's covering second base, and Dickerson is there with a leadoff double.
Dickerson showing a lot of power, and especially with a pitch up in the zone. Not exactly where Kendall Graveman is wanting it. And 3 outs in the first inning, however, just 1 on the ground, and another fly ball. This one almost out in left center. Coco getting the ball back in, but Dickerson probably thinking home run at Coors Field. This one, though, off the wall at the Coliseum. But a leadoff double, and so for Kendall Graveman, just try to find a way with the release point to get the sinker working down in the zone.
Sinker's working, Graveman's fine. It was not working earlier in the year.
That's right.
It has been working lately. Simeon has it. That'll get Dickerson over. So Pierce has a productive out. Graveman has allowed 13 home runs total this year in 102 innings.
Now batting.
Home runs per 9 inning in the first 7 starts when he was struggling. 2.4 last 11 starts. Less than a half a home run per 9 innings. Remember, the first 7 starts, that included a 4-homer game at Baltimore on the 8th of May.
And the infield coming in because Kendall Graveman's a ground ball pitcher, and he is taking a chance that this left-hander Arcia hit a ball on the ground.
And he loops one into left field for a base hit. It'll knock in a run. And it is not a shutdown inning for Kendall Graveman as the Rays come back to tie it here in the second. So 19th RBI for Arcia.
Now batting for the Rays.
Well, this pitch
Left
down,
fielder,
but Arcia found a way to get under it. It was more of a
Brandon
4-seam, not much
Guyer.
sink for him to hit on top of the ball. And Arcia, formerly with the Twins, just looped one into left field.
So here's Brandon Guyer. When Graveman faced the Rays on the 14th of May in Tampa, he lost 6-0, and after that game his ERA was 5.84. That's the highest his ERA has been all year. Since then it has consistently come down after every start. Runner goes, ball's bounced right side. Lowry has it, but first base is vacated, and it's going to be a hit for Guyer. Valencia, not quite sure why Valencia went after that ball, but once he did not have any time to get back.
Well, and unfortunately, Kendall Graveman thought he was not going to vacate his position. And with the hit and run, he did not cover first base. Ball to the right side, probably should have been automatic, but Lowry with a shift, and maybe that's a product of the shift. With Lowry playing near second base on the hit and run, you don't see Lowry in the picture until he went over to cover. But, you know, as an infielder, of course, Danny Valencia playing first base just started a week or so ago. A week ago yesterday. Although he has played some, but just ranged a little bit too far. But it could have been results simply that Lowry was near second.
And here's Kiermaier. Kiermaier fouls the first one back. Don't you think, Ray, maybe it's a little Little human nature. If you're the first baseman and you know the shift is on and there's nobody else on your side of the diamond, it's kind of natural instinct to maybe take a step or two on a ball to your right, even though you probably don't have to. But you look over there and there's nobody else over there.
Right.
Kiermaier at .219 with 5 home runs and 17 RBIs. He's 1 for 9 in this series.
Well, one thing about the Rays, they are aggressive in this inning. Minimal number of pitches thrown, but they are swinging early and making contact. 3 hits already in the first 4 batters.
Kiermaier takes low. Curt Casali will be next. Those are the career numbers against the Rays. 2 starts last year and the 1 this year in St. Pete. A little bit low, close pitch. I think that's the kind of pitch, Ray, if you keep throwing it, you will get enough guys to swing at it.
Sure, Derek Shelton, hitting coach for the Rays, telling his players, hitters just like Darren Bush was a sinker ball pitcher, make him get it up or try to get under it.
Line drive, and this will be a double play. Thank you very much. So the Rays get a run on 3 hits. Bottom of the second coming up. We're tied at 1. AAA, get a free A's cap with a new AAA membership. Visit a participating AAA branch by August 30th. Restrictions apply. Parking lot's full.
A lot of tailgaters out there also.
Time to get in.
Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just stay out there. Wait until 9th inning, come in, watch fireworks, listen to crowd reaction, and know their team's doing well.
So a 1-1 game, bottom of the second. Semien, Healy, and McBride. On the ground to short. Miller stays down on it. So Semien is gone. 1 away. So, I mean, we need to just throw this one out there. Very strange story in Chicago about Chris Sale. Chris Sale, one of the better starting pitchers in all of baseball, a very hot trade topic. Well, everybody wants the guy. I mean, why wouldn't they? But he was supposed to pitch today, and this is all the reports we're getting. We're supposed to pitch today, and the White Sox were supposed to wear the throwback uniforms from the 70s. Remember, they wore those, well, quite frankly, they were ugly. The black, all black uniforms that said Sox across the front. They wore them for a year or two. Well, those were the throwback uniforms that the White Sox were going to wear today. Chris Sale pitching, and he did not want to wear those uniforms. He said they're very uncomfortable. I mean, I want to be comfortable in them. I don't feel comfortable in those. And he kind of said, I don't want to wear those. Can we wear another one? And the front office said, no, we're going with it. And he became very upset. Upset to the point where reports out now, and there's numerous reports that are saying he actually, in the clubhouse, started cutting up the jerseys so there wasn't any jerseys to wear. That did not go over well with the front office. They actually sent him home. He did not pitch today.
And since they won, they may say stay home.
Yeah, well,
I doubt that.
And now it is possible there could be more to it. That's the amount of the story that was reported to us, that he was not happy. He thought that since he was the starting pitcher, and that if he says I'm not comfortable wearing those, let's wear our regular uniforms. But front office said no, this was advertised. We're wearing the throwbacks today. And they ended up wearing throwback uniforms, but the ones from the 80s, where they were white and they had the red and blue stripes that Sox across the front.
So he cut all the jerseys.
So apparently he was upset, and he just started cutting up the jerseys, and that did not go over well, and they sent him home.
Yeah, they're just,
White Sox 2, Tigers 1 in the fourth.
Fourth inning.
There you go. So that's the amount that has been reported. Who knows if there's more to it or not. Kiermaier running all over the place, and Kiermaier can't get this one. Rolls behind him, and it's going to be a sliding double for Matt McBride. McBride hustling all the way. You just are shocked when Kiermaier doesn't catch one.
Well, you run hard just in case he doesn't, and that's what Matt McBride did. You know, you could be upset that he missed the pitch, but he can get upset in the dugout, run hard first, and then get upset later. But this time, because of his hustle, he gets a double over 2 outs. That's big. As Geyer.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, he kept his left hand on the bag as his right foot maybe went off, but good hustle by McBride. His catcher's got that speed, man.
So here's Crisp.
Regard his catcher or not, you just need to run hard all the time.
In the air to left field. Geyer's going back, still going back, and he's going to have enough room to make the catch. McBride is stranded, and we're on to the third from the Coliseum. It's a 1-1 game.
Live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment, any moment, with game day, live game, video highlights, Statcast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and your tablet.
Diving play, Lowry. His throw to first, and it's dug out by Valencia. 1 out on a nice play by Jed Lowry.
I take my thing about catchers.
You're even. You're 1 for 1. 1 for 2.
Exmo brought to you by. I mean, as long as Jed took to get up, I thought maybe at this point, I mean, he had to push himself up, spin, and then throw, thanks to Alonso making the play, but Solly not even the picture yet. Valencia, sorry, not Alonso. Valencia making the play. Thank you, Tommy.
Top of the order, and Logan Forsythe.
And Casali, I thought he could run faster than that.
Is he maybe not a catcher? Is he just?
Well, he probably should say he is a catcher if he can't beat that one out.
You're used to watching Stephen Vogt.
Yeah, that's right.
Tough play for Healy. He handles it. And again, Valencia gets his foot down. 2 outs.
I tell you what, Healy has made some plays and having to react on bad hops, and this one kind of got up on his hands a little bit, but he stepped back, still got it up near his waist, but he has a very strong, accurate arm. Pulled Valencia off a little bit towards the runner, but gets rid of it quickly. Has the strength, the arm strength that you'd like to see from third base. And more times than not, the accuracy right to the first baseman.
So with 2 outs, Brad Miller steps up. Miller hit a fly ball to center field his first at bat, and Graveman pumps his first pitch strike. Miller now 2 for 6 in the series. He pinch hit last night in the 11th inning. He was not in the starting lineup. Little flare. Davis cannot quite get it. And Miller gets tangled up with Valencia. I wonder if there's a call there. I think Miller was going to go to second base, but he got tangled up with Valencia. No, the first base upper again is Andy Fletcher.
Now batting in the third position, third baseman.
Diving after the ball was Chris Davis. All the while, I mean, there's a wide turn by Miller, but great effort, just could not hang on. And the ball popped out of the glove as Miller rounded first base. Actually, Valencia trying to run away from him. That's a wide turn. He was watching the ball and not watching where Valencia was, and maybe that's what Andy Fletcher said, or was thinking had to be, because 2 pitches to hit for Miller. He goes up for 1 out of the strike zone. He bloops 1 in for a base hit.
So that is hit number 4 for the Rays. Longoria grounded out to short in the first inning. Healy has it. He'll go to second. Side retired. So a runner left. Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be Lowry, Valencia, and Davis. 1-1 A's and the Rays.
All season.
The Fitness Sluggers program designed to educate and encourage youth to live healthy and active lifestyles. Participants can compete in the monthly fitness challenges with select winners eligible for A's games tickets and other A's opportunities. Take the Fitness Sluggers pledge and download the Fitness Sluggers posters by visiting athletics.com/fitness. Contact. Find the contact lens. I can't see without it.
You've been there before.
Oh, I have. It's a horrible feeling.
Get a new one in there.
I'm assuming that's.
Unless he's got a piece of dirt in his eye or something. That happens occasionally.
Yeah, the bad thing, if contact does leave the pupil, I mean, it's.
He gone.
It's digging around all over the place. You're right, some dirt. He may have picked the ball and came up and put some dirt in his face. He should have just let that go.
Yeah. Oh, man. Didn't see that one.
Ryan Dern was the best. And Ryan Dern, first pitch, and it came in out of the bullpen and fired to the backstop. Hitter said, I don't want any part of this.
That should be just the plan every time.
Yeah. Just get the hitter thinking about it.
I guess if you did it every time, everybody would know about it. Maybe just do it occasionally.
I think it was Dern said one time he was wearing glasses and he just said, I'll throw them away. It's like I don't need them. And they said, wait a minute. You can't see without glasses? No way you're going to pitch.
That's always the joke. If the pitcher's like squinting, looking in, can't see the sign.
Yeah.
Another hit for Lowry. Shoots on the right field. So he's 2 for 2.
Well, the human rain delay, Mike Hargrove, I mean, he took forever. I mean, after every pitch, adjust the batting gloves. I mean, he had a ritual. And the ritual for Jed Lowry is think of the outside pitch and go to right field. Great swing, right-handed. I mean, he is actually in the 0-3 of hitting the ball where it's pitched. And Casali better move his glove back. We may have a catcher's interference actually called tonight.
Chris Archer taking notes. First pitch to Danny Valencia is low. Valencia walked in the first inning. Valencia 2 for 5 in the series. Outside corner strike. Astros leading the Angels 7-2 in the 8th inning in Houston, and the Rangers leading the Royals 7-1 in the 8th inning. Astros 2.5 back of the struggling Rangers in the West. Good pitch there by Smiley. So that is the West updated. The Mariners won today 14-5. They're starting to play better, so they're only 5 back. Around the wild card, so the Mariners, do they feel like they're still in it?
Kerwin Danley saying to his good buddy down at first base, I'm not going to make the call, you do it. And Fletcher said no, he did not swing, and Kerwin pretty much saying he couldn't see over the top and whether he swung or not.
2-2 pitch, and Valencia swings and misses. That's the first strikeout for Smiley.
Just a slow, tantalizing curveball, and the ones he threw to Chris Davis were out of the strike zone. This one also. Casali did a good job of blocking the ball that was in the dirt, but softly thrown curveball.
So that'll bring up Davis, who has the RBI single. That was in the first inning, picking up his 62nd RBI of the year. It's this one on the ground, hard to third. Longoria has it out at second, and a very nice turn by Logan Forsythe. 5-4-3 on the double play. Nothing for the A's in the third. California is brought to you by Caltrain's Stormwater. Keep your highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com. Top of the fourth inning. It's the A's 1 and the Rays 1. Dickerson, Pearson, Arcia. I don't know if you heard it, Ray. Did you hear the national anthem tonight?
Yeah.
It was one of the coolest things I've seen.
Yeah.
So the gentleman singing the national anthem tonight, he's doing a nice job, but about maybe a third of the way into it, the mic went out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's disappointing. You feel bad for the guy. But as soon as the mic went out, the entire stadium started singing very loud.
Right.
So the entire crowd just picked up right where the gentleman's mic went off.
That's great.
And the whole stadium finished the national anthem. And it was great. And it was loud. And but the last sentence hit the microphone, came back on, and he finished. I thought that was awesome.
Great. That is great.
Because, you know, I mean, you feel bad for the gentleman, but it turns out it was great because the entire crowd picked him up and sang it loud.
That's great.
And it was awesome. And you do feel bad for the gentleman, but he is now part of
That's right.
one of my favorite national anthems.
Well, I don't know if you were here, but Father Terry Tompkins, who used to be at St. Isidore, was singing the anthem, and the same thing happened as he started the song. No microphone. So you could see his lips. You couldn't hear anything. And so finally it started working. He said, you know what? I think we should start over from the top. And very calmly
Did you argue with him? Come on.
Exactly. Just very calmly started, and, you know, just, I mean, people would panic. You know, they say that the national anthem is the hardest song to sing because the words. You know, and we had it in the last homestand with the young lady and had to look. And I've heard some of the most famous singers, opera singers, that have a top hat. They have the words written.
Right, yeah. Not a bad idea.
In the cap as they hold their cap.
Could you please put it up on the scoreboard?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you'll see where the singers will look towards the scoreboard and they have the words, but yeah, it's, I wouldn't do it. I know that.
But the fans, they picked it up right away, and they sang it loud and proud. It was cool. 1-1 to Steve Pearce, who grounded to short in the second inning. 1-1. Saw lots and lots of pitching last night. Same thing so far tonight. Smolinski, he's going to play it on a hop.
I wonder if David Renetti's trying to find out who pulled the plug on the sound system.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And Sean Manaea was perfect 4 2/3 innings last night. And what a job he did. Good fastball, changeup, slider combination. He had the hitters going back and forth and just very smooth all night. Would give up a hit. Actually, it was Dickerson, the left-hander, hung a slider to him, hit a ball to right field. But 8 innings, and I thought Bob Melvin said it best when he left him out there with a go-ahead run at third base, and it's an opportunity. We've talked about it, Kuiper. A pitcher needs to get out of his own jams, learn the experience, and he has 3 consecutive appearances, including the relief appearance Sunday. He's not walked a batter.
Getting better.
That's it. When you eliminate bases on balls, I mean, that makes you very good already, and it's one of the best I've seen in using a slide step with a runner at first and not losing anything off his pitches. Sonny was saying, how do you do it? And he was whispering in his ear. Let me tell you how I'm doing it.
One 1-0 pitch on the outside corner to Oswaldo Arcia. Remember Arcia with the Minnesota Twins. In fact, the Twins at one time thought highly of this young man, thought he may be a regular for them. He had some success there. And he was acquired from the Twins for a player to be named later or cash considerations. Kind of a funky swing.
Yeah, it's a changeup, and as he followed through, they say the oblique or his arm.
And then he belts one to center. Coco's racing back. Coco's near the wall, and Coco can't get it. Steve Pearce is headed to third, and now he's going to hold him up, and Arcia had to stop and get back to second because he was digging for third. It was a bit strange. It didn't look like Pearce was running.
Well, I can understand, because with one out, he probably thought it was going to be caught. I'm surprised Coco didn't catch it. He went back and then over with the ball slicing a little bit, and maybe the wall stopped him and banged against the wall, but I thought right there he's going to catch it easily, and then hit the wall and stopped. And as he was trying to run alongside the wall, maybe that was enough, and Pearce kind of caught in between, stopped at second, and you're right, at that point was not running to score as he was going from second to third. And maybe he figured Coco was going to get the ball back in quickly enough that he couldn't score, but probably should have.
Geyer hits it towards second, and Lowry thought about coming home, but then gets the sure out at first, and Pearce scores, and the Rays take a 2-1 lead. Lowry was not really playing all the way in. It was kind of a halfway situation, so he had a decision to make.
Thing is, Jet does as well as anybody throwing on the run, and see when he catches the ball halfway down the line is Pearce, and he decided to go to first, get the sure out with Arcia going over. But right there, we saw him play short for a whole season, and as he was moving, he would throw and got a lot on the ball, but decided to get the out. Still just the fourth inning, and that's a decision you have to make.
I was thinking, I really was thinking about Kiermaier bunting.
Yeah,
because he's very fast.
Yeah.
And it's the sneak attack. The runner at third, 2 outs. I think you know that it's a possibility, but you still don't think the guy's going to do it.
Well, he brought the third baseman Healy in. Everybody else is back in normal position. Jed Lowry using his hand to shade his eyes because of the sun.
And now it's 0-2 to Kiermaier.
Best thing for him would try to do it again. Couldn't now with 2 strikes, but although saw Kobe Rasmus try it and struck out.
Arcia is the runner at third. Just got a piece of that one. Reach for it a little bit.
He's got a great shot at Jed Lowry trying to get underneath the sun line.
Yeah, he's the line is behind him, but you can tell he's
trying to
long shadow.
Trying to duck down in the sun in his eyes, and
it's going to be a tough play. Graveman has it, fires to first, and they got him. What a play by Graveman. If he doesn't get it, it's a base hit and a run. So the Rays grab the lead back. It's now 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting for the Athletics, designated hitter, Billy Butler.
So the Rays get a run. It's 2-1. And Kendall Graveman, if he doesn't make this, it's 3-1.
Well, he almost didn't make it anyway, as he had to stop Kiermaier hustling down the line. Kiermaier, though, that last big, like he's broad jumping to the bag, and what a great play by Thielen jumping. It's good if you're a broad jumper, but not trying to beat out a base hit. But great play by Kendall Graveman. He's a ground ball pitcher. He knows he has to field his position, and he did it perfectly.
Butler, Smolinski, and Semien against Smiley. Smiley has allowed 4 hits in the first 3 innings. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. A's got their run in the first. Butler belts one towards center. Looks like that ball may have had a little knuckling action on it. Kiermaier grabs it. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Right fielder Jake Smolinski.
Mariners won today 14-5 in Toronto. That's the wild card. Boston and Toronto, the 2 wild card teams. Houston a half game back, Detroit 2.5, and there's Seattle now just 3.5. And right now it's the 2 teams from the East. Tigers starting to play better. Line drive, left field, base hit, and it kicks up to Geyer. He cannot find it for a moment, and that allows Smolinski to go to second base.
The only thing Jake Smolinski has shown his speed. He did the last homestand where he hit a ball that was lost in the sun, ended up at third base. This ball he blistered, and you know, it's one thing for Geyer to take the ball and concede a base hit, but he let the ball get on him too quickly, and then he didn't know where it was. So that ball off the chest is going to result in a base hit in air.
Hitting in air.
And you know, you either charge or play it back and take a good hop and get the ball back in.
So now runner in scoring position, and that one rolls away from Casali.
Jake has never been one that does not run. We'd be surprised if he did not. And thinking base hit, but then thinking a double, which turned the bag very sharply at first base, got him second easily. Throw off line.
Semien grounded out to short in the second inning. That's the second error in the series for the Rays. They have made 60 errors this year. They're 11th in the league in fielding. A little bit outside. Healy is the on-deck hitter.
Simmons had the green light before on 3-0. Hit a single driving in a run in New York earlier in the season.
It's this one in the air. Arcia came in. Now he's got to go back. Still going back. And he nears the wall and he makes the catch. So Smolinski tags up and goes to third. But now there are 2 outs.
Now batting, third baseman.
Played that rather casually and
Healy.
made the play. But one thing about a deep fly ball like that, you have to get the ball back in, and he caught the ball. Arcia did, and then kind of took his time, spun, and got the ball back in. But I've seen guys score from second on a fly ball to the outfield.
So Healy steps in for his second at bat. He had a fly ball to right field in the second. Healy is 8 for 29 on the season with 3 doubles and a home run.
Last night in the 13th. And he doubled down the left field line, got caught momentarily underneath the padding, but easily double for him.
Fouls the first one back, 1-1. Make that the second pitch. Healy, right field again. Arcia coming in. Got the shades on. He makes the catch, and the A's strand Smolinski at third. 5th inning coming up, 2-1 Tampa Bay.
Management, Independent Electric Supply, Lagunitas Brewing Company, Scharf Investments, and Crystal Clear Imaging will be on Saturday, August the 6th at Earl Anthony's Dublin Bowl. Proceeds for this private fundraiser benefit the A's Community Fund.
First pitch to Curt Casali. A little bit inside, but catches the inside corner. So 0-1 the count. Casali was robbed of a hit by Lowry. Lowry diving to his left made a very nice play. Forsythe and Miller to follow. Top of the 5th. Rangers leading the Royals 7-1. That game is in the 9th. So Texas trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Two and 2 the count to Casali. Graveman does not have a strikeout tonight. It's not a bad thing. He has not walked anybody.
And started getting the ball down, started to get more ground ball outs than he did in the first inning.
That one is in there. Strike 3 called, so he does get a strikeout.
Got the cutter that went front door, cut fastball and froze Casali. So a nice play defensively and a good cut fastball stayed on the inside part of the plate.
Number 11.
And Casali knew it.
Forsythe.
Said I can't hit it, so I hope doesn't get the call, and he did.
Top of the order, Logan Forsythe, who has hit a fly ball to right field. And he has grounded to third. He's 3 for 12 in the series. Rays will not be done yet with their road trip after tomorrow. They actually heading to Los Angeles. Simeon gets Forsythe. They will have tomorrow, make that Monday off, and then they will play the Dodgers Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they'll head home. So they have one of those 2-game interleague series with the Dodgers.
Miller.
Here's Miller. Fly ball to center field and a single. Miller, one of those guys who says, who needs batting gloves? I don't think he's ever used batting gloves.
I've never seen him use gloves. The only thing he's doing differently now, normally he'll put the bat in his left hand by itself and lift it up behind his left shoulder, but he's changed that. He just goes straight up with the hands on the bat. Stephen Vogt doesn't use batting gloves. Problem is, you got a lot of pine tar on that. All the gloves. This was a sole home run given up by Graveman in the start in Tampa this year.
That was a pretty good pitch.
Yep, and went down to get it. He commented the same thing at that time. And
Simeon has it. Miller runs pretty well, but he's retired, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Kendall Graveman. Bottom of the 5th coming up. McBride, Crispin, Lowry for the A's. 2-1 Rays. On CSN California is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. We like that concession stand. We've checked it out before.
There you go, Ryan. You have a great evening. Enjoy the game.
you have a
great
like
the hospitality.
Enjoy the game after you have one of my hot dogs.
You should say you're going to enjoy the game a lot more
That's
now.
Right. That's right.
Because you just got some pretty good looking food. McBride, Crispin, Lowry here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 the Rays lead. 2-6-1 for Tampa Bay. 1-5-0 for the Athletics. There's a line drive, but it's right into the glove of Forsythe, and that's out number 1. McBride, who doubled in the 2nd inning, lines out here in the 5th.
Center fielder, number 4, Coco Crisp.
So to the top of the order, and Coco Crisp.
Tony says Coco Crisp quite well.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. I just.
You ever had Krispy Kreme donuts?
twice. That's right. In the pregame show a couple of nights ago, Brody asked one of those hard-hitting questions of what are some names that are hard to say, and I said sometimes crisp is hard for me to say quickly.
Well, Chris quickly would be
Chris
hard.
quickly, yeah. So sometimes I just make it easy on myself and say Coco. I think the fans are okay with that.
Just call him Covelli.
They know who Coco is.
Well, evidently somebody had a tough time saying Covelli because they shortened it to Coco.
Right. There was probably a family member. Coco Crisp. It's a good baseball name. In their first strike, and the count is 2-2. Down the right field line, Arcia, long run. He's into foul territory, and he's going to make the catch.
Now, fans, keep your car's interior cool with your very own Sunny Gray Car Sunshade. It's presented by Chevrolet. On Sunday, August the 14th, 10,000 fans will receive this stylish promotion at the 1:05 p.m. A's versus the Mariners game. Make sure you and your car stay cool, even on the sunniest days of the summer, by visiting athletics.com/tickets today. Hey, there's your dome. I can tell that's yours because it has super glue on it.
You know what? The only thing better than having a Sunny Gray gnome, you know what it is?
A sunshade?
Having two Sunny Gray gnomes.
And you have them, right?
The sun protector. I like it.
Sunshade. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Even on those sunniest days.
Good night for Lowry. He had a couple of line drive base hits to right field. His approach to Smiley has been about as good as you're going to get. He's waited back. Seems like he's been thinking about going to right field the whole time. Now watch the approach.
Both fastballs outside, both times going with the line drive to right field. Swing was Sunny. And again, doing the same thing. 2-2 count, 1-1 count.
When an opposing pitcher likes it, he must be doing something right.
Archer said I'd throw him a slider. He wouldn't hit that one out there. Chris Archer. Good on the mound, good in the community, regardless of which community he's attending.
Payoff pitch, here it is. And it's tapped toward Miller, who gets a nice big hop. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Drew Smiley. Top of the 6th. When we come back, check out Chris Archer. Longoria, Corey Dickerson, Steve Pearce against Graveman. First pitch is hit hard, and that's a base hit into center field. So Longoria goes after the first pitch, and he has hit number 7 for the Rays.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 10, Corey Dickerson.
But he's got a quick bat, and Evan Longoria once again, ball coming into his swing. And solid baseball just to the left of Marcus Semien.
Well, here's Dickerson. Dickerson doubled and scored in the second, grounded out in the 4th. Dickerson's first year with the Rays, coming over from the Rockies. Rockies got Jake McGee, the hard throwing left-handed reliever, in that deal. So the old hitter for pitcher trade. Dickerson has the 14 home runs, which the reason the Rays got him, they know he's got a lot of pop. He's also got 16 doubles and 3 triples. He's not going to walk a lot, and he will strike out a fair amount.
And they're pitching him outside, hopeful that he will pull the ball to the right side. Right now, of course, the ball he hit more towards left center. Coco could not track down.
Good swing there, and again, a fastball move it away from Dickerson.
Well, the first game of the series, and Sonny Gray. This ball shot out to left center, actually over the out-of-town scoreboard.
Shift is on for Dickerson. Healy, the only infielder on the left side. And he just got a piece of that one, and then it got a piece of Kerwin Danley.
Right foot, right shin, right knee, right something. Check the right foot. Oh, yeah. Goodness. Wow. Shaking his head. Said, I have to do this every 4th day. Catchers have to do it every day if they're an everyday catcher. So,
and still maintain the speed.
Yeah.
Dickerson. He'll get ready at some point. There he is.
It's not a runner at second, and always confused whenever time is taken. A lot of time taken between pitcher and catcher. When there's just one sign given, you just go through all of them.
I think the best thing to do would just be put down the sign for a fastball.
Considering
because he's thrown 48 of them tonight, of his 59 pitches.
He wanted to throw a fastball all along.
And that one's looped toward left field. Davis hustling in. Davis is going to make the catch. Ball just hung up there.
Fortunately. Tough read for Chris Davis, but because it did hang up enough, he's able to get to it. Just flipped it, the fastball, and again, remember, of course, the ball was hit in the air to left field, but I'd say Dickerson's got to be thinking they got the power to hit a ball out to left center as he did on Thursday, and they're shifting me to the right side. Why even think about trying to pull the ball on the shift? to our question last night, I think that's what's going to happen in the future, maybe with some of the guys and the shifting.
Simeon has it in the hole. Fires to second for one. Nice pivot by Lowry, and that's a double play. 6-4-3. Pierce is retired on the double play, and the Rays do not score.
Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. April the 3rd, 1989, in honor of Ken Griffey Jr. being inducted into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. Dave Stewart, right here at the Coliseum. Griffey got his first major league hit, first major league at-bat. I guess the 20-game winner, 4 consecutive years, Dave Stewart. So Griffey going into Cooperstown tomorrow as a Seattle Mariner. And congratulations to he and Mike Piazza, who will be honored tomorrow in Cooperstown. 13-time All-Star. 10 Gold Gloves, MVP. He did it all. 630 career home runs, 6th in Major League history. The RBI, 1836. That's amazing. So Ken Griffey Jr. along with Mike Piazza tomorrow. Cooperstown, I think that's what they say, 1:30 Eastern. Induction ceremonies begin.
And Andrizi starts to throw. Have not seen him in this series. Valencia's got a leadoff single.
That curveball left up, and Smiley had been dropping the curveball down in the dirt. This one, though, stayed up, and even though Valencia is out on his front foot because the pitch was left out, he was able to hit it sharply left field. If they were teammates in Baltimore. Pierce playing a lot, and of course his name's been mentioned quite a bit as well.
I mean, he's the kind of guy, he could help a team.
Yeah, there's several teams that
he can
talking about him. Yeah, he can hit lefties, righties, and
plus I didn't realize it, Ray. I mean, we saw him in Baltimore play, you know, some outfield and some first base, but when we were in St. Pete, he started a couple games at second base.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Forsythe was injured when we were there. You're right, and Pierce was playing second, and strong young man. It's a one-way conversation.
It's blocked by Casali. Davis an RBI single, and then he hit into a 5-4-3 double play. See a very short lead, not going anywhere, and that one's outside, and now it's 2-0. 1 walk and 1 strikeout for Smiley. He has thrown 81 pitches, action in the bullpen. Davis, big rip on 2-0.
problem with the hitter and Smiley's fastball at 85, and you kind of look for maybe a little bit more than you're getting. Man, does Casali seem close to you? Wow.
Yeah, you would probably recognize it.
But I mean, just the fact that Chris Davis kind of takes his bat back a little bit and then brings it forward, and if a catcher is that close and goes after the ball instead of let it come to him, man, it's dangerously close.
Good take there by Davis, and now he's sitting on a 3-1 count. Butler to follow.
You know, usually a catcher gets close like that for curveballs, because the farther back you get, then you have a tendency more as a pitcher and as a catcher, you want them to drop down quickly, and farther back you are, the more they stay up. So maybe Casali's doing it for a reason.
That one bounced in the hole. Miller has it on the back end. Quickly to second to get the out there. It's a good job by Miller and the second baseman, Ray, because they didn't rush.
Right.
They were not going to be able to turn the double play. Sometimes you'll see a shortstop still try to be really quick and make sure the lead out.
Well, the fact that Miller had to go 3 or 4 steps to his right, he's playing shallow for a possible double play anyway, but go to your right, you know that the speed, Davis has that, tough to double up. So yeah, keep it simple and get one out for sure.
Butler, a fielder's choice, and a fly ball to center field. Rays play Butler to hit the ball the other way in the outfield. If he were to hook one into the left field corner, Davis would have a pretty good chance to score. Arcia running all over the place tonight. Getting his sprints in. Smolinski waits in the on-deck circle. Butler in the air toward Kiermaier. Kiermaier has it. So 2 away for Jake Smolinski. Nice crowd tonight with fireworks coming up. 30,436. So not a sellout, but close. And a beautiful night. Some of these folks will head down to the field, watch the fireworks. It's a nice night, nice weather.
Very nice.
It's comfortable now.
Well, on this date in history, I can't remember which year, but they were showing it. The perfect game thrown by Mark Buehrle. If Buehrle pitched a game like this, you better start at 7:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because 2009, thank you, Blair. Great catch. Dwayne Wise in left center field. Hawk with call.
Lexi. Kiermaier moving over, and he's got it. So the leadoff single, but the A's can do nothing with it. And we are moving to the 7th. Race 2, A's 1. McDonald, September 26th of 2007. That is Mike Piazza with the Athletics. He's going to the Hall of Fame tomorrow. That was his last career home run, and it was off John Lester at Fenway Park. He finished his career with 427 home runs. Now, Ray, you have a very good memory of these games as you look at all the numbers from Mike Piazza's career. Dodgers, Marlins, Mets, Padres, Athletics. Those 83 games with the A's. He hit 8 home runs. So Piazza, he got hurt at Fenway Park, but that was earlier in the year, right?
Right.
Because this says September 26th of 2007. Remember, he slid into third base, right, and hurt his shoulder.
Tried to avoid a tag, Mike Lowell. Then he tried to avoid it and separated his shoulder, and that's when Jack Cuss was at Portland and had an out in his contract. If he got a major league call, and he came and played against the Rays in St. Pete, hit a home run to left center, and then took off. But Piazza did come back, but at the beginning he was signed as a DH only. And they said, don't even put your catching gear on because you're not going to catch. And then when he went on the DL and they started to come back, they kind of said, well, maybe go to Sacramento and catch a little bit. But he didn't catch. I don't remember catching any. I don't either. But it was more as a DH. And
Garcia, watch, he buckles a little bit again when he swings, and he did that right there. He did that his last at bat.
That's the old Jimmy Brown. Jim Brown of the Cleveland Browns.
He did it last time.
I know he did. He doubled. That's what I mean. He's deacon. Yeah. He threw him a change. It's a changeup that he did it on twice, and now they're going to check him out. But something's happening with the changeup, and they're going to take a look at it.
Now batting, left fielder, number 5.
Trying to avoid the trainer,
Brandon
but it's the extension, and
you wonder if it's maybe his right arm, maybe the elbow or something.
well, a lot of times, unfortunately, it's the extension, and you miss a pitch. If you make contact, it's still painful, but not as much if you miss it. And the changeup that he missed prior in his last at bat.
Davis grabs the line drive off the bat of Geyer. A lot of action tonight for Chris Davis.
And at least this time, McBride and Kendall went back-to-back changeups, and it's either oblique or right arm, shoulder, something on the right side following through.
Number 39, Kevin Kiermaier.
So with 2 outs, here's Kiermaier. But look at the pitch total for Graveman.
I know.
67 with 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that's 61 through last inning, and he is dealing.
And that's where the only 2 strikeouts helps
right.
out. And to strike people out, that's great, but it's going to jack up your pitch count a little bit. And he has not walked anybody. Ow.
Well, it's not the left elbow. It's got to be the right. The way he was walking away from the trainer, it's like, I don't want to talk to you because I want to stay in the game.
Well, we'll see if he indeed does stay in the game. Three and 1 the count to Kiermaier. Very close. And that one a broken bat. Chipped it. That's a good job of the bat boy.
Hey, they learn a lot.
That was good.
Cliffy and Maddie. They taught those young kids a lot.
Kiermaier turned around, and the bat boy handed him a new bat.
Right.
That was impressive.
Pine tar applied.
Sure.
See, you know, when you have Matt Weiss and Cliff Clavin, they can teach these young kids a lot, and I think they've learned very well.
Well, now everything's good now because Raymond's examining the bat.
Oh, jeez.
So that'll get all those broken bat questions answered.
I saw Raymond last night. He was a little disappointed he's not getting as much airtime as normal. So what does he do tonight? Grabs a bat. Like, hey, folks, come and X-ray it.
MLB just needs to call Raymond and find out the bat situation. Why are they breaking? Three and two to Kiermaier, and it's inside. That is the first walk for Graveman.
I talked about Sean Manaea last night having a runner at third, got out of the jam, and you know, the experience the pitchers gain. And in the case of Kendall Graveman, he's pitching right now trailing by 1 run, a 2-1 game, and just try to keep it at that till his offense. It looks like they're going to try to do something against the bullpen.
Casali swings over top. Casali was robbed of a hit, and he has struck out. Andriese is still down in the bullpen, and looks like he's probably coming in, right?
I think so.
Just standing down there, and he wouldn't be just standing there if he wasn't.
Just trying to get 6 solid innings out of Smiley, which they did, giving up just the 1 run.
A base hit left field with the runner going, and Kiermaier's going to try for third. It kicks away from Davis, and Kiermaier will make it to third. He was going. So Casali gets a 2-out single.
Look at the location. Unfortunately, that ball up in the zone and hit hard by Casali. We see Kiermaier running all the way for a straight steal. And you have to be careful throwing the ball back into second to keep a force in order, because you throw it back in, you lob it. Kiermaier with the speed, standing at third, he may be sent. Fortunately stopped, and even better, 2 outs right now.
So now you got to get a tough hitter in Forsythe. Forsythe is 0 for 3, a fly ball and a couple of ground outs. Good pitch there, and it's 0-1. Kiermaier at third, Casali at first. A little bit off the plate. Swing and a miss. Good little cutting action that time.
Yeah. And it's a great cut fastball. Look where it starts and where it ends up. And from the hitter standpoint, looks great right there, but then it leaves the zone.
One-two pitch is looped to right field, and that's going to be a hit. That's going to get a run home. So Forsythe just trying to protect and looped one into right field to score Kiermaier, and now the Rays lead 3-1.
But went back to the same cut fastball, and pretty good hitting by Forsythe with the same type of pitch, looking out in that part. And so the walk with 2 outs opens this inning. Back-to-back hits. Rays score.
Every with a swing like that, he has to be looking for the ball away.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. After he swung and missed the cut fastball, figured he's going to back it up with another one, and he did. And it was the perfect swing on really a very good pitch that was probably off the plate a little bit.
So now Zebczynski starts to throw. And the hitter's going to be Brad Miller. Miller is 1 for 3. First pitch is hit hard right to second. Lowry's there. Side retired, but a run on a couple of hits and a walk. So 7th inning stretch time. It's 3-1 Rays.
Telecast is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
In-depth sports news for the Bay Area fan. Know it all with Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Hyundai. It's tonight at 10:30, and it's on our sister station, CSN Bay Area. All the A's highlights and Major League Baseball highlights. A lot going on today. And keep an eye on Mark Bowler and Steph Curry in the Tahoe Golf highlights. Mark Mulder tied for 3rd, reigning champion. So Drew Smyly is done for the evening. 88 pitches, 6 very good innings. And he leaves with a 3-1 lead. So Matt Andriese comes in. Andriese is the only Rays pitcher that has not pitched in this series, but he's in there tonight. At this point, Ray, Kevin Cash may be looking for more than 1 inning from Matt Andriese.
The way he pitched against the A's back on the 14th of May, he went the distance. That's Steven Souza Jr. in right field. But Andriese, mostly fastball cutters, 9 innings, complete game, and a 2-hit shutout. 5 strikeouts, no walks. A game started by Sonny Gray, or not Sonny Gray, but Kendall Graveman. But he was dealing, but back in the bullpen. But it's got to be a future starter for this ball club.
They've got very good numbers.
Likes to throw the fastball a lot, and he'll cut the fastball also, but mostly just throw it, and it's not thrown hard, but good location. He pitched against the Angels previously to starting against the Athletics and did well against them, and followed up with an even better start against the A's.
Semien has grounded out and hit a fly ball to right field. And last night the Rays bullpen 4 1/3 innings. On pitch, came right at him with that fastball, 93 miles an hour.
No deception in his delivery, kind of rocks back a little bit and then brings his arm around, fires, and of course the A's, it's been a long time. It was May that he pitched against them, and saw his catcher wants a fastball, staying outside with the heater.
And this one in the air again, and this should be playable. Souza in right field. Waits. So Semien is gone. He's 0 for 3. Looking at the Matt Andriese trade, he was originally with the San Diego Padres. he was acquired by the Rays in January of 2014, and he was acquired along with Brad Boxberger, Logan Forsythe, and a couple of minor league players from the Padres for Jesse Hahn and Alex Torres. Alex Torres, a left-handed reliever who's still bouncing around a little bit. And then Jesse Hahn, of course, traded to the A's soon after that. But Andriese, Boxberger, Forsythe, that's a pretty good trade for the Rays.
Yes, it is.
Forsythe turned out to be a very fine player. Boxberger's hurt right now, but he had over 40 saves last year for the Rays. Andriese grabs that one. Healy is retired, so he's 0 for 3.
And Bruce Maxwell is going to. Is that Maxwell? I think it is.
Yes, it is.
For McBride.
We got a major league debut. We love these.
Strong young man.
Hitting for Matt McBride. Catcher, Bruce Maxwell.
So here he is, Bruce Maxwell. So indeed, welcome. Let's hope he gets a hit. He's 25 years old, 6'1", 250 pounds. The first pitch is in first strike.
A ball thrown, according to him, 172 miles an hour. That's that first one, man. It seems like it's, wow, is that fast?
Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2. .321 with 10 home runs. On base percentage very good, slugging percentage very good. The AAA numbers. Fouls that one to the screen. I said it would be possible to Ray. I don't know this, but maybe Bob Melvin said I'd like to get him at bat tonight because maybe he wants to get him in the lineup tomorrow. Although there is a lefty pitching tomorrow.
Exactly.
So he may not do it then. We'll see. Maxwell was the second-round pick of the A's in the 2012 draft. A's were given an extra pick as they lost Josh Willingham, the free agent. So they lost him. They received an extra pick in the second round, and they took Maxwell. Good swing. Fouls back again.
They got a chance to show what he could do during spring training down in Mesa. It's just a little tardy on that fastball, but with 2 strikes, protecting a little bit. About spring training, you get a chance to play, you show what you can do, you get plenty of time. As Vogt and Fegler were expected to start the season, which they did.
Pierce has it. Maxwell's retired in his major league debut, so a good inning for Matt Andriese. 8th inning coming up, 3-1 Tampa Bay. in his own rooting section. Dallas Braden.
Good.
So Graveman just 82 pitches through 7 innings. First pitch at the knees. It's a strike to Longoria. Dickerson to follow, and then Pierce. Smolinski with a long run. Will he get there? Yes. Nice running catch by Jake Smolinski.
Time now for the Ford right choice. How about Evan Longoria? And look at the stance last year. And this is what he used. That little it looks kind of uncomfortable. But this year he spread out. And he said his timing was a little bit different, a little bit off. And he said up in Seattle, he was facing Felix Hernandez, and he threw him a great changeup. And he decided to spread out a little bit, and that's the new stance he is going with. And he said it's a lot more comfortable. Timing is a lot better. And I'd say with 22 home runs at this point, it's working well for him. 32 that he hit in 13, but you know, a lot of times, and what we're seeing, I've been talking to some of the pitching coaches, how do you handle a hitter who has the leg kick, where he lifts the leg up? They said you quick pitch him. Because I know, I'm talking like Chris Davies, he said, as the pitcher delivers, I want to make sure I get the foot down. Well, that's all timing.
Sure.
So as the pitcher starts to throw, you time it and you get it down. But now the pitcher quick pitches, and
you can't get it up and down.
You cannot do it. And so Longoria, you know, for his with, I mean, it just looked awkward with that stance so close and the left foot back, and then he had to get all the timing. He said he changed and felt a lot more comfortable.
Don't you think more guys use that significant leg kick now than maybe 10 years ago?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, very seldom do you see it. To me, it's either the leg kick or it's the kind of the Coco no stride.
Exactly.
Pierce doesn't have much of a stride.
Exactly.
You watch him hit.
But you look at the Blue Jays and how many. Donaldson went over there. Bautista did it.
Yep.
And Valencia came over to the A's after playing with Toronto, and what Bautista was doing and doing the same thing. But basically, it's loading up, getting the weight on the back foot and the shift and going forward. When you do that, you can put a charge into baseball, and that's why Valencia, as we've seen him consistently this year, use the whole field.
Well, your power really comes from your back leg.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So if you lift up your front leg, well, automatically
Shift goes.
It's a weight shift to the back.
Yeah, weight goes back, and then it's a matter of going forward with the foot down as the pitch is arriving.
See, Pierce, on the other hand, he doesn't really do the big leg kick, but he just kind of turns his foot a little bit.
Well, look at on the left, and just the time. It's all timing. Whereas spread out, I mean, all he has to do now with the stride is go towards the ball.
And he doesn't have much of a leg kick.
No, but the stride for him is created because of being spread out more versus last year. And previously, that was all timing for him in his own stance.
So Graveman has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Rays 3, A's 1. 9-1 for the Rays, 1-6-0 for the A's. So a couple more chances for the Athletics. Last night the A's got the 1 run they needed. Had 1 run and 10 hits in 13 innings. Tonight, no runs and 6 hits through 7 innings. Graveman, terrific performance. And here's Coco Crisp, and he takes a first pitch strike from Andriese.
Partner, I think you said it best about one Drew Smyly coming into tonight's game. 2-11 with a .564 earned run average.
I don't get it.
He's better than that. Well, he proved tonight he's much better than that.
I mean, even statistically, the home runs jump out. He's given up a lot of home runs, but he, at least coming into tonight, we're talking about Smyly. More strikeouts than innings pitched. Not a lot of walks. But he was good tonight. 2 pitch, a fastball right there, strike 3 call. Matt Andriese, impressive. He's retired the first 4.
Second baseman, number 8.
Right over the top.
Jed Lowrie.
Crisp is 0 for 4, and here's Lowrie. Lowrie has 2 of the A's 6 hits. Good first pitch curveball for a strike. Astros beat the Angels 7-2. McHugh got his 7th win. Weaver took the loss. Home run for Correa, 2 home runs for Gaddis. So the Astros rolling on. They're now 53-44. They've won 3 in a row. And the Rangers beat the Royals 7-4. Cole Hamels got his 11th win. Mazara Beltre homered for the Rangers. So Texas snaps that 4-game losing streak. In the air toward left center. Kiermaier grabs it. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Make sure you join us tomorrow. The A's wrap up this series and this homestand. Blake Snell, young left-hander for the Rays, against Jesse Hahn, who will be brought back up from the minors. Coverage begins at 12:30 with A's pregame live. First pitch, 1:05. So Jesse Hahn will be back. Blake Snell. Rays have very high hopes for that young man. Here's Valencia. So if Cole Hamels pitched tonight and won, that means he will not face the A's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yep, that's right.
Hamels 11-2. A's will be in Arlington Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night.
Well, we were hoping that we would not be talking about it, at least thinking about the first inning. Remember, we were talking about the crooked number, the A's, the opportunity,
of course,
to do something, and really having the first and third, and the ball dropped in center field, called no catch, and Valencia kind of caught in between home and third what to do. Did not score. The A's only put up 1, and that's their only run, as they have collected just 4 hits since the first inning. And put up a crooked number the first inning, might be done. Might be enough for Smyly to figure it's going to be one of those bad nights again. But instead, he settled down, gave up nothing.
Javier Cedeno, the left-hander, warming up.
You know, Kendall Graveman is going to go back out and try to get a complete game. Not the way he wanted it. At least, though, if he does pitch the 9th and has success, then at least he has the bottom of the 9th for the A's to try to come back. If they don't this inning.
1-2 the count to Valencia, who has walked, struck out, and singled. Good breaking ball by Andriese. So he has retired all 6 hitters that he has faced out of the bullpen. Graveman coming out. Still 3-1 Rays. The A's won. And Graveman, he's back out there. So he's going to face Souza, Geyer, and Kiermaier. First at bat for Souza. He came into the game for Arcia. Elbow strain for Arcia. That was what was announced. The line, 8 hits or 8 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 92 pitches so far for Graveman. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Well, we know pitch counts are so important, and you're looking at a pitcher pitching the ninth inning with just 93 pitches. Says a lot about Kendall Graveman, the way his pitched tonight. Well, you had a hitter and a catcher thought it was a strike. They started to vacate the positioning, even the hitter, but Kerwin Danley said no. Watch the hitter. Okay, I'm going to dugout. Oh, wait a minute, give me another chance. And now you can go.
So he ends up striking out swinging. 4 strikeouts now for Graveman. That's a career high. 8 1/3 innings. Remember last year, he does have a complete game, but remember, Ray, it was a complete game loss on the road, which means he went 8 innings.
Right.
And he lost to the Angels, and I think it was 1-0.
It was a Pujols home run.
Yeah.
Yep. And
so he has a complete game in his career. It was just unfortunately a loss.
As we mentioned, yeah, and that's correct. He was started the 9th in Houston. And his last start before the break, and had the lead, pitched great, but got a couple runners on base. That was the Saturday that Ryan Dahl came in to save it. And saw Ryan Dahl's streak of 36 for 36 and hit runners in, but he got the save.
Geyer is 1 for 3. He's got a single, he's got an RBI ground out, and a line drive to left. This one's popped up. Maxwell waiting. Maxwell with a basket catch. So Bruce Maxwell hanging in there.
Now batting for the Rays.
You're running after a ball like that. Please call me off. I do not want it.
Kiermaier.
You've got a better angle coming in. Please call me off. I'd be happy to get out of the way. And still, it just kept going and going. He had to go to the basket catch to make the play. But a good one.
So with 2 outs, here's Kiermaier. Kiermaier has lined into a double play, grounded out, and he walked and scored in the 7th. Alex Colomé, he is the closer. Be tough to be better than Andriese right now.
I was just thinking that might be the best thing the A's could see is somebody other than Andriese. Because Andriese has pitched 11 innings against the A's and given up nothing. 2 hits, period.
Zilch.
This follow through, something seemed to be happening, and I don't know what it is, but it's a little awkward with this follow through.
Toward first, Valencia underhands, and Graveman has to hustle to the bag. He gets there. So Kendall Graveman, very, very nice work tonight, but he needs some help from his offense. Bottom of the 9th coming up.
With the longest lasting vehicles in America, Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity, X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Well, here's tonight's Honda Player of the Game, and let's just hope the A's can do something bottom of the 9th inning, because Kendall Graveman, who is the Honda Player of the Game, deserves more than what he's got right now. He's given up 3 runs, but trailing 3-1. 9 innings, great baseball, 15 ground ball outs, 7 ground ball outs, make it 8 fly ball outs. And for Kendall Graveman, once again, performing at his best, and unfortunately, no run support. Wow. 148 games.
And the first pitch from Alex Colomé, who is the closer for the Rays, is a ball. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change service tune-up. So Colomé, a save opportunity.
That came in on the first game Thursday night as Alonso in the on-deck circle to hit for Butler. Colomé came in after Ramirez had put a couple of runners on base, a base hit and a hit batter. This was a hit batter, and then Colomé came in and got the final 3 outs, but that was a 4-run lead. This is 2. Get a runner on, you got the tying run at the plate.
So he throws 3 straight balls to Chris Davis. misses 4 straight pitches, and Davis is aboard. Second walk issued by Rays pitchers. So this is going to be Yonder Alonso hitting for Butler. So Butler had 3 at-bats tonight. He was 0 for 3. Now with some action here in the bottom of the 9th, Matson starts the 12th. First pitch to Alonso is in for a strike, 93 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's a good take for a number of reasons. Pinch hitter. Guys like to swing, but also Colomé 4 out of the strike zone, not close.
Knocked down by Curt Casali.
Now backhand, he was up and then came down with the catcher's mitt, almost like it was a cross up, but it wasn't.
Smolinski waiting in the on-deck circle. Breaking ball there at 88 miles an hour. So now Colomé jumps ahead 1-2. So the A's walked off last night, and if they're going to win tonight, they'll have to walk off again. Pitch to Alonso, nasty, and he swings and misses. Boy, a lot of downward movement.
It's amazing how a guy can throw 4, not even close to the right-hander. Comes back, throws a nasty breaking ball with 2 strikes, and way in front wants Alonso.
Jake Smolinski.
So here is Smolinski. Smolinski has just 1 at-bat against Colomé. Tonight he's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 4th inning. And he hits this one to left. Down the line. And that baby is gone. And we are tied.
How about the smile on Kendall Graveman?
So Smolinski ties it here in the 9th, and the leadoff walk hurts Colomé.
As we talk about,
Simeon drives one to center, but that's playable.
but you put a runner on with a 2-run lead, you've got a chance with 1 swing on the bat. Jake Smolinski, first pitch fastball, stay fair, there's enough. Ball just runs right into his wheelhouse. And what a swing by Jake Smolinski. And look at Casali. Casali knew it. Just watch his reaction. Said no. And down the line. Stayed fair. Into the barbecue terrace. And these people. Kendall Graveman, the smile on his face is priceless. That is priceless. He deserves that.
So here's Healy now with 2 outs.
You think of Sweet Home Alabama. They played it, taking the mound in the 1st. They played it the 9th. And he just got a big smile after the home run.
Healy trying to end it 0-2.
They're in San Francisco, and Smolinski hit the pinch hit. 3-run home run. He was excited then. But to do it in the 9th inning, trailing by 2, with 1 out and hit a 2-run home run to tie it. The only thing better than that would have been to win it with the home run.
2 pitches in the dirt. That's the 3rd home run that Colomé has allowed. Low, 2-2.
If I agree with you, nobody. Well, obviously Colomé has not done it, but Andres, just 6 up, 6 down. And boy, that's the old thing about a closer. That's our guy. Got to go to him. And Kevin Cash, every manager would think probably the same thing. If your starter doesn't do what Kendall Graveman did, and that is to go 9 innings. But Andres untouchable. Colomé a 4-pitch walk and a 1st-pitch home run, tie game.
Well, the home run is obviously the big blow, but the walk is what is right, you know.
And give Chris Davis credit. He was taking, it seemed, all the way and drawing the 4-pitch walk.
That one's hit to left center. And that baby's gone. And we are walking off again. So the A's were quiet for 8 innings, and they make all their noise in the 9th. Ryan Healy, a walk-off home run. Wow.
And no doubt or two, he worked the count 3-2. Colomé, the great breaking ball to Alonso. He threw a fastball 3-2 to Ryan Healy. What a week +1 day for young Ryan Healy. That ball was crushed, just like Smolinski. And Kendall Graveman had a smile with Smolinski, a huge smile with Ryan Healy. Wow.
So the A's win it 4-3. Smolinski tied it with a 2-run homer, and then with 2 outs, Ryan Healy wins it. And indeed, the happiest man in the ballpark right now should be Ken Graveman, because he's going to get a win, a well-deserved win. But some terrific at-bats. It looked like Colomé gave some pitches they hit in the late innings, and especially the Smolinski ball just kind of floated in there, and the A's took advantage.
You know, when Smolinski hit his, and then all of a sudden Healy looked like he wanted to end it, but Colomé had the good breaking pitches. He took the pitches. They got to 3-2, and then the rest is what we saw.
All right, the game winner belongs to Ryan Healy, a walk-off home run, and he is standing by downstairs. Congratulations, Ryan. Over 30,000 people going crazy. Can you explain what you're feeling right now?
I don't even know where I'm at, to be honest. I'm trying to just absorb all of this. This is awesome. Wow, I can't thank the fans enough for coming out. You know, that made that night that much more special. And Kendall Graveman threw his heart out for us. You know, he really deserved that win, so I'm really glad we got that for him.
And he's looking around like he knows what's going to be happening. But we appreciate you taking the time. But you came up and played Major League Baseball a week ago last night. How much have you been able to even think about what you've done in such a short amount of time?
I haven't, and I'm not going to start right now, to be honest.
You know, Ryan, the game is tied. You're coming up through 2 outs. Are you thinking, hey, I'm going to let's shaft out here and see if I can hit a home run to win this thing? Was that on your mind when the game was tied after the Smolinski home run?
Well, if you saw my 0-1 swing, yeah, it was definitely on my mind when I pulled my head and my front shoulder on the cutter, so I had to refocus, and got a fastball I can handle 3-2, and was fortunate enough to end the game.
All right, here comes your good buddy Josh Reddick, and he likes you.
I'm blind.
Well, you might not be able to think about what you've done, but you just showed what you have done because you get pied within 8 days of since you came up here. And your defense has been spectacular. Their swings have been spectacular. How much have you enjoyed some of the things that other players like Josh Reddick and other players have said about you in your short amount of time? The way you have come to the big leagues and played the game of baseball the way you have.
You know, Reddick's one guy that I can't thank enough. He's opened his arms, not only to in the clubhouse, but to his house. Fortunate to move in with him, and just, you know, he's really taking me under his wing and helped me with everything that a rookie needs to know how to do, and apparently take a pie to the face is one of them. So he's really helping me a lot, and been a lot of fun to get to know him more.
Well, we've enjoyed watching you early on. Nice job. Congratulations. Go enjoy your teammates.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, so, boy, what a ninth inning, and you can tell the young man is excited. How could he not be, really? But and how could you not step into the batter's box and not think about trying to end the game with a home run? I mean, I just think it's kind of human nature. And he said he's pulled off a little bit on the first pitch, but he stayed in, and he ends up hitting a home run anyway. So quite a night. That's a fun ball game.
Let's think back to a week ago today when he hit the home run, his 3-run home run, his first major league hit. That was against R.A. Dickey. Remember the swing before the home run? He swung through a knuckleball, settled down. And he explained his 0-1 swing, his head was opening up, his body was opening up, but just how quickly the man can adjust. I think that says a lot about a young man who's been here just a little over a week, and he's done all these great things, but especially to adjust after a pitch in which he said, okay, I'm trying to hit a home run, settle down, work the count, and then he gets the cookie. He gets the fastball right down the middle of the plate. And, couldn't be happier for a young man who has really done a tremendous job. And what a move by the A's to bring him up and put him at third base.
So the A's walk off for the second night in a row. Smolinski ties it with a 2-run homer. And then 2 batters later, the youngster Ryan Healy wins it. What a ninth inning for the Athletics as they come back and beat the Rays. 2 hours and 22 minutes. The crowd tonight, 30,436. Final score, A's 4, Rays 3. You've been watching A's baseball on CSN California. It's all part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's Full Stream Live with Brody Brazil and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.